Barbie is still currently in theaters as of September 2023, and this review will be spoiler free. However, is it still worth a watch if you're one of the few who haven't watched yet? And not sure if you all know this, but they're releasing an IMAX version of the Barbie movie on September 22nd. So either if you love Barbie or you love IMAX, you might definitely want to check this out. And I'm not sure if you know this crazy stat that I just found out, is that the Barbie movie has apparently, it's been Warner Brothers' #1 most successful movie of all time, grossing $1.3 billion, crossing Harry Potter. Now Harry Potter, now we got an issue here. If Barbie's beating Harry Potter, that's a whole nother subject, but congrats to Barbie. The movie follows the lovely Margot Robbie as the main protagonist of Barbie, although in her Barbie land, everyone there is either named Barbie or Ken. Each Barbie and Ken has their own specific title or identity, such as President Barbie, Astronaut Barbie, or even stereotypic Perfect Barbie, which was Margot Robbie's character. Everyone here is happy and optimistic until one day Barbie starts to have different type of negative feelings. Little by little, out of nowhere, she starts to feel like she's no longer perfect and feels like she needs to find her true purpose and meaning to her life. This crisis then leads her to leave her current existence in Barbie land and visit the real world. However, she won't be alone since Ken, played by Ryan Gosling, is coming with her simply because he's obsessed with her and wants to help in any way he can. Now, if you already watched this movie, then you should already know that Ryan Gosling's character does a complete 180 once he visits the real world. And if you didn't watch, I'm probably sure it's common sense if you're familiar with the Barbie brand. I know I am, and it's because I have a sister, all right? Let's make that clear right here, right now. I have a sister. Growing up, she played with Barbies. Not your boy Chris, all right? I was not growing up playing with Barbies, and if you were, ain't nothing wrong with that. But where was I going with this? Let's get back on track. Barbie land. It makes common sense, right? Obviously, Barbie land is ran by the Barbies, and the Kens, they're just Kens, they're just there. It's a fact because they damn near made a song about it, which also reached the Billboard's Hot 100 list in the real world. So major shout out to Ken and all the Kens out there, even if my father's name is Ken and he could care less about watching this movie in theaters. I don't care, because my mother and I went to go watch it instead. She wanted to watch the movie. My sister collected the dolls. My mother wanted to watch the movie. Now, one of those is a lie. I'll admit it. One of those is a lie. I did want to watch this movie, and thank God my mother was in town because I did want someone to go with to watch this movie, preferably a female, because this movie was targeted towards women. And I personally would feel weird kind of going to this movie by myself. I go to all the movies by myself usually, but seeing a movie like this, or if it's a super kiddie movie, I'd rather not go by myself because I feel like it just looks kind of weird. However, with the YouTube channel, I gotta go by myself for you guys. I mean, that's something that I probably would have done, but here are my reasons on why you should definitely check this out, even if by yourself. Because what I took away from the movie that I really enjoyed was, first off, the very obvious set design and color layout. They really kept things simple with the art direction, and I think it worked very well and made this film stand out from the rest. Each good movie to stand the test of time should have iconic features, whether an actor's performance, directing style, or artistic vision. The movie was fun to watch visually with the bright colors and simple effects of Barbie Land specifically. Now, the next major reason to watch this, which is also obvious from the trailers, was the amazing fun cast of actors. I thought everyone was a great choice, but specifically for Margot Robbie, Issa Rae, Ryan Gosling, and Simu Liu, just to name a few of my favorites. I knew Margot Robbie and Issa Rae were going to knock it out of the park, but I did not expect the Kens to also bring their A game. I was a little disappointed that Simu Liu's Ken got brushed to the side once Barbie and Ken went to the real world, because the story at first made it seem like he would be a main character, but then the character took a backseat, which I did not expect to happen since he brought great Kenergy to his Ken. Ryan Gosling only increased his Kenergy once he visited the real world and saw how men ran the world. The confidence that he got from the real world gave him all the Kenergy he needed to take this lifestyle back to Barbie Land, which made the comedy increase effortlessly on screen. But now my third reason to watch is actually what I realized after the movie a few weeks later. I knew the music was fun and okay while watching it for the first time, but the more I listened to some of these songs, the more I realized how good they actually were and how much of an impact they had on the movie as a whole. I do think that this is the type of movie the more I watch, the more I probably enjoy and not take so serious as my first time watch. Because now that'll lead me to the one reason that annoyed the shit out of me as a man, and it's because of the script. You see, the plot and the script are two different things. The plot is the main idea behind the main character, whereas the script is just the dialogue in between the character and these other interactions to push the plot forward. I love the idea of Barbie going off to the real world to find her true purpose, and the movie kind of reminded me of that movie Elf with Will Ferrell. However, what I didn't like is that the majority of the story, the script, is kind of towards the downplay of men. I mean, I could totally understand a few jokes told throughout the movie. However, it just felt like every other scene was them promoting this matriarchy, which is exactly what it was. because it is Barbie Land, right? So I understand those people that first get out the theater, they're probably like losing their minds if they don't agree with that. So I understand the concept now more that I reflect on what the story was. However, there is somewhat like a double standard or hypocrisy, because although that was like how they promoted this movie with the matriarchy, there were a few scenes, such as this one scene where the women are literally manipulating all the Kens, and they're like laughing about it. They literally doing it right to their face to get what they need, get what they want. And I just didn't quite agree with that. I understand the comedy behind it. I understand it happens in the real world, but when you think about it, God forbid, what if men were doing that in a movie? Like just men completely manipulating women to get what we wanted. I feel like that would cause such a huge real world issue against that movie, against that scene. But for the Barbie movie, we all just laughed at it. So that's just a little hypocrisy there that I noticed. Plus, when they went to the real world, I feel like they did exaggerate the male dominance in society. Now, if this movie was set in our current modern times, then I feel like that's where it's exaggerated, right? Because in my personal life, for example, I work for a huge company, and the majority of these upper management positions are held by successful women. But Chris, don't you work for a cosmetic makeup company? That's not the point. That's not the point. Women are completely dominating in most of these industries, and trust me, it's impressive and inspiring if I do say so myself. Which then leaves me my frustration as to why they went so hard on the script to show the empowerment of women at the expense of men's inability to do anything. I mean, even Ken said it in his song. I'm great at doing stuff. Exactly, he's great at doing stuff, so just let my guys do their thing. But me, I'm just projecting my own insecurities, so if you're still watching this video, don't even take me serious. I know there's plenty of shit that I need to work on. I am not enough. I understand this and I accept this. And they say acceptance is the first step towards progress, or something like that. So with all that projecting, I mean, everything that's been said, I would just re-emphasize that this movie was not as bad as I thought it would be, but also not as good as I hoped it would be, since I was optimistic going into the theaters. I am definitely not one of those people who were super angry afterwards, but more so confused as to why they made some of the script decisions when I thought it didn't have to be so aggressive. I do think the more I watch the movie, it probably will make more sense. And you know us, man, some of us may not be the smartest, right? You got to be patient with us. We did go to Jupiter to get more stupid or something like that, right? But also people like me to not take this movie so serious and enjoy it for what it is, which is a decent movie about Barbie in live action. So a chill rating for this channel simply means that it was an okay movie, more like a C rating. But like I said, the more that I watch it, this could get bumped up to a B, which is the vibe for this channel. You never know. I'll let you know in like a couple of years. But you know what's crazy? What I just thought about when I was talking about the music, the more I listened to it, because the music is good in this movie. If they came out with like a Broadway musical of this Barbie movie, I think that would be a super big major hit. But something I'm not gonna hit up alone, okay? I'm not. And I miss you too, but I need you to come with me to a Broadway show, okay? No questions. We'll talk about it when we get there, okay? Speaking of my mother, I have to share this story because it's ridiculous and I need to know if this happened to anybody else. But I went with my mother, like I told you. We both sit down in the middle, but at the end of the movie, as the credits are going on, people are leaving, then we decide to get up and leave. However, we go opposite directions. I mean, she went left, I went right. Who is wrong in this scenario? Probably both of us, but I don't know. I got up, I stretched. I assumed that she would follow me right, like follow behind me. Next thing you know, I'm at the end of the aisle. I look to see if she's behind me. She's on the opposite side of the theater, and we're both like waving at each other like, what the hell? What the fuck? What are you doing? The people behind us were probably so confused. Like, didn't they just walk in together? Why did they disperse like that? That was a little embarrassing, but we were laughing it off for like 10 minutes straight after that. So I need to know, are we the only two crazy people to have done this in a movie theater? Let me know. And also comment below how you felt about this movie. Are you one of the many people that loved it? Absolutely. Or are you one of the few people that felt a little indifferent about it? And as always, if you enjoyed this video, then consider liking it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. This way you can stay updated with more fun reviews uploaded weekly. And thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.